That's the outlaw. Take him.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
You're finished. You.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Lights and butts! Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite...
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalimil. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthy. I'll wager this Rosina Dalimil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire...
And that's exactly what I...
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's family.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake!
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses. We're seeking to expand our...
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and...
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Well,
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalimil.
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would...
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the owner's only a young sprig.
The Briar's Kiss, you said?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you?
It's not a good thing.
Can I help you?
Yes, a long-standing pillar of your community.
Then you should ask Ferd. He's been here for years. Try the baths. That's where you'll...
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Sweet incense! What candles?
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am.
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dalimil?
And what business do you have with the...
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it. This one.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the...
That isn't my decision. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina.
Yes, man. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabric!
Is this the place?
Who was Forge?
So it was the young sprig after... So much for Rosina Dalimil being a...
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of me.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid II?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantry. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalimil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid.
What trouble? If you're
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What?
My apologies. Follow the crystal. Oh, but that was 3.
Oh. Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Let us divide our forces, Clive.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalimil. Excuse me.
You've heard?
I've heard rumors.
Damn pilfering. Us common. And it isn't as...
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalimil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's. The soldiers guarding the men of the rock throw their money about like the...
Is that so?
Needed
to a silken softness.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men of the rock only.
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. No, just leave.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you, the one who broke all our... What do you want? Haven't you caused enough...
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty...
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Cooper?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without... And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such thing, but my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of...
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending... I'll wager those soldiers who've been...
I'll wager...
We'll meet with them then, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought that... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up our mess.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yeah?
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elect... And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to...
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots?
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them! Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle.
Good! I'm just getting warmed up. Well, how'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage.
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene... Such a shame you didn't have more of an...
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of...
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalimil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain. To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal, and those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your... you still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust?
Oh, dear.
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield.
No, thank you very much.
Double the...
Here. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalimil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Gelith.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Clive. Farewell now.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps
I wouldn't put it...
Oh, sorry. I'm sad soon to be full. People are He wants me to...
I'm afraid.
Never mind.
I know how... So...
Good question. And then there's this little...
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information.
You're right now. There's plenty of... There's the butcher. They're bound to have an opinion. All right. I'll talk to everyone.
All right.
Let's hope that someone says...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
The finest fabric!
It would make a fine gift for you.
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what...
You a blacksmith?
Something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are...
That depends on the...
I'd have you... I've no doubt that my... But I can't. I'm bound...
All right.
Wonderful. Leave these, my...
Just look at the... Ah! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back to the Fang now.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Oh. Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Your knife snap.
Thank you.
All business, eh?
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Anything I can interest you in? An excellent choice. Here you are. Go with Gilbert.
We should get going soon.
What do you want? Directions?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Dhalmekia and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as...
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Come on, girl, the gate's open.
What the hell are those?
By the flames. That explains the heat. Out of the frying pan. Farewell. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This is no good.
So, you learn anything you...
Only that
all the cooks said, too heavy.
So we're no better off than perhaps Lubor. That can't be right. No.
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start.
Agreed.
Right. Trouble is, it's either Jew, meaning someone is gonna...
Is there no one else you can turn to?
A merchant.
I bet she'd know.
Thanks, Gal. Any luck?
Well, I asked her.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite, but adamantite ore is unique to ash.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash? Are there any materials unique to Dalimil?
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalimil to get at a mineral deposit, and...
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know the trick.
It's hardly my speciality, but...
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all.
The limestone? Besides...
I can't thank... You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terrace.
Then I suppose...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just...
Well, this is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest
The most fragrant herbs
Needed to a silken softness.
made from the stoutest.
There he is. Won't man, I was hoping we'd be sick. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't...
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this.
Not what I expected, that...
You tell her that's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? But I burdened you with my worries enough all... Right. It's high time I got back.
Hanging lanterns! Keep...
Well, we can make our way back.
We should get going soon.
Good girl. One rock looks a lot.
This is no good.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this isn't...
You are one of the... You and that merchant both. She's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if... A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my cue.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalimil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction. say you...
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? Dalimil is home to humble traders, not rule number one in any business, Sava. Know your customer.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. What would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though. The spirit of Dalimil had nothing, meaning I had...
You've passed your test. That's all that matters.
And when I do, I'll craft you the...
The finest fabrics!
The most fragrant herbs and...
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Hanging lanterns! Keep...
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Come on, girl.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vice-reine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.